So I keep hearing turkeys. Oh. Good morning. Kind of distracted this morning because I got a load of scrap metal in the back, and there's some smaller items that may or may not fall out. And horses. But no, Farm Questions is for the farm that we're putting together. If you don't know, there's a bunch of shorts on my channel. The progress that we're making on the property, trying to turn it into a farm. Good morning. Have a wonderful. You as well. Buddha Love Destiny. Oh, it's a little chilly. 43 degrees, I think it was when I woke up. I mean, it's not bad. Not compared to the winter we had, but I'm trying to make this truck work as much as possible. I might get a chance to take a load of scrap metal in, like today, this morning. We've got a load of scrap metal going with us into town. So I have farm questions. Does anybody plan on growing anything this year, or already started growing stuff this year for the season? Whether it be flowers or vegetables or root crops, potatoes, sweet potatoes, carrots. This is also a Bible-believing, God-fearing channel. John 3:16 is one of the easiest ways to preach the gospel. For God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten Son, that whoever believes shall not perish but have eternal life. If you want to check out the channel description, there's a link to my Patreon page where we do devotionals, studies. On Sundays, we go live and do a bit of a Bible study. Yesterday was about the resurrection of Jesus Christ. I don't usually put that out there until the end, but then again, at the end, there's not really that many people, so I figured I'd do it when there is a bunch of people on. So again, go check out the channel description. Check out the Patreon link. It is free to be a member. There's also $1 a month membership. I haven't really put much in there recently for the $1 a month membership. So don't feel like you're being forced to give $1 a month. It's just something to support the channel, the ministry. There's also in my channel description is what we're trying to do here is just build a community based on what we're told about early Christians and how they lived in the Bible. Appreciate everybody hanging on, listening to me do a little preaching this morning, talking about what we're doing, trying to get this community going. You know, it's funny. A lot of my friends on Facebook, people that I've known for quite a while, will post these memes about moving to the country and building an off-grid community. But when I offer any of them that opportunity, what the hell is that? A beaver? Dead beaver in the road. That's unfortunate. But yeah, some of my friends, you know, they say they want to do this thing, but when it, because I'm getting pulled over, but I see some scrap metal that's not playing nice with everybody. Hello, Tigra. Gotta get out and fix some scrap metal in the back of the truck here, so hold on a second. I guess I was just looking at it weird. Let's try to get back on the road here. I mean, I left a little early. It just looks weird back there, but yeah, we're doing a lot of farm talk, a lot of Bible talk, trying to get people into the community here. Well, like I was saying, you know, I've got friends on Facebook that are all gung-ho about moving off the grid, moving to a piece of property, living communally. But when they're actually given the opportunity, the one big, nobody wants to be in control. Not everybody can be the leader, is basically what I'm saying. And I made a post on Facebook Saturday about that. So, you know, I'm offering, you know, people that I consider friends the opportunity to reduce their expenses, build a little cabin or something, you know, at least for the summertime. During warm weather, they may have to find a place in town during the winter, but eventually the community is going to be a a year-round thing. People aren't going to have to go to work. The property is going to be the job. Like, it's hard to describe, I guess. I mean, I wish I was to the point where I could offer this to everybody, but we're just not there yet. It's specifically, you know, the people I'm trying to help are the people that have known about this idea for at least a decade or more. You know, I plan on getting some cuttings from the sedums. I'm probably going to have a couple hundred cuttings of those. Probably a dozen or more blackberry cuttings or propagations. I'm trying to stay close to this white line so this truck will go by me. There you go. You can tell he's from Greenbush. He's got the chem license plate. But how's everybody doing this morning? Now that the big number of people are gone, you know, I had 22 at one point, and they quickly disappeared. So I'm guessing Tigra or Adventure, however you want to say it, still here. How is everybody's morning? Anybody plan on growing a garden this summer, this season? Even just some tomatoes or cucumbers or I've started to see in different spots where plants and people have decorated, ornamental stuff have started to grow up out of the ground. I can't remember where I saw that. Maybe if I see it again, I'll mention it, but I think it's down in Brewer somewhere. Tab here, man. It's gonna be cold. Yeah, that was cold. Who's growing a farm this year? What are you growing? What hardiness zone are you in? I'm in zone 4B. Still got a little while till we start growing stuff outside. What's everybody use for potting soil? Do you buy store-bought or do you make your own? I've seen a lot of YouTube channels, the gardening stuff, the nursery stuff. Some people do make their own. Some people just buy in a whole bunch. But a guy in the truck is in quite a rush, or somebody's driving really slow. Looks like somebody's driving really slow. For God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten Son, that whoever believes in him shall not perish, but have everlasting life. Live stream on Sundays, doing a Bible study. Yesterday was pretty good. It was the resurrection of Jesus Christ. If you're interested in looking at the Patreon page, seeing what's on there, everybody on this fine Monday morning. For some people, it might still be Sunday night, but either way. Maybe really early Monday morning. I don't know. Another car out for sale, this time a Mercedes. Oh, it doesn't actually have a for sale sign on it, but just waiting to have a conversation with people. It doesn't even necessarily need to be about the farm. What do you want to talk about? Talk about the Bible, talk about the world. Talk about scrap metal. That's a good one. That's part of what we do in the community is we pick up all this stuff people are just throwing out, and it's worth something. It may not be worth it to, the people throwing it out to take it in, but it is worth something. I did a load on Friday, scrap metal load on Friday, and that was $10, $10 and some change. And they'll hold on to that slip for us until we decide to cash out, which I think I'm gonna have to after this load. Get us some gas, propane, something. Just wish I could find a better supply of scrap metal instead of just clearing the property, because we're going to get to the point where we run out of scrap metal at the property. Let's see. Yep. Milford is a little busy this morning. Let's see. The sheriff's not down here this morning. I'm not worried about it. I'm legal. But I still, even it's been years, like 10 years almost since I've gone to jail or been in trouble. Yet, even when I see a cop or sheriff, I still worry, you know, you're going to pull me over for something or... Old habits die hard, huh? Seen a lot of cars going down the Bradley Road. How many cars I saw pull onto the Bradley Road. I'm glad I left the house early. Then I got this guy on my bumper, thinking he's going to be able to push me. No, I'm good, bro. Bald Eagle, nice. Bald Eagle on a Monday morning. People. Are you one of them? I'm going to ask you some farm questions, scrap metal questions, Bible questions. What piques your interest? Blessings, Monday morning. Good morning, Pastor Alfredo. We are currently on the drive to work with a load of scrap metal in the back. As you know, we've been trying to clean up the property that we live on. My stepson and his fiance are coming up here in like a week or week and a half to get married. And just in case they don't find somewhere to have the wedding, we're trying to make the property kind of clean enough for people to come visit, do the wedding, have a little bit of a meal on the property, show everybody the progress that we're making. I used to watch a lot of farming simulator videos, and this is just an example. When playing that game, players farm many different things, not just, crops. So I kind of apply that same thing to real life where, I'm farming scrap metal. There's scripture that says if a man doesn't work, he doesn't eat. Well, I've loaded this scrap metal twice now. We loaded it on Friday evening, and then Saturday morning, I Googled my scrapyard to see if they were open on Saturday, and they were not. So I had to unload it because we were doing other things. And then yesterday, we had a bunch of rain yesterday, but it kind of let off a little bit towards sunset, so we loaded it up best we could. I'm doing 35, man. It's everybody's rush. The tow truck just passed me with a vehicle on it. Like I wasn't going fast enough for him or something. Oh, that's funny. I don't think I lost anything. We packed it pretty well. But we've got all kinds of plants that are starting to grow in, like the sedums. That's one of my favorites. It's really easy to propagate. Blackberries, I haven't checked on them yet, but I don't think they're quite to the point where they're growing yet. They're still overwintering. We got red columbine seed that I've got to plant out at some point. What is the issue, people? Am I losing something? I guess I ought to pull over at some point. And check my load, but I don't think I've lost anything. You're in that much of a rut? What? I'm doing the speed limit, bro. In fact, I may or may not be doing more than the speed limit. I think people, it's Monday morning, everybody's in a rush. I don't know. It's not like I can pull up GPS. I'm doing something on my phone, but man, I've had 3 people pass me since I got on the Bradley Road. And it's not like I'm going slow. Everybody's in a rush. Goodness. I'm just waiting for that one person that's going in to get like into the place I work at to get an oil change and tire swap, and I'm the one that does it. So you guys are rushing for no reason. That's what I want to tell people. Like, you passed me 20 minutes ago and you're gonna be stuck here for an hour. Because I like to go in early, you know, wind down from the drive. I mean, it's not stressful, but it's a thing. I'm gonna drive for 45 minutes to an hour sometimes. And I don't think I've lost anything. I'm sure somebody would have been, you know, raging on the way by saying, hey, you dropped something, but people are just aggressively passing. Another thing I'd like to get my hands on is some kind of arborvitae, green giant or emerald green, something that's some kind of screening tree, so I can start propagating those. Christmas trees is another one. If I can get my hands on a Christmas tree come that time of year, late in the fall, early winter, the end of this year, I'll try to propagate it and make more of it. I'd really like that 10 acres down back to really start doing something. got lilac cuttings that are leafing out. I've got to get those potted because they keep trying to flower. I think that's just, what they try to do when you get them into a warm room with a little bit of light. I've only got them in water right now, but like I said, I've got to pot them up. Apple tree cuttings, those might take a while. I'll probably pot those up at the same time I pot up the lilacs. Probably towards the end of the month, the beginning of next month. Hopefully they don't get messed up before then. But I think I've mentioned it before in past streams. When I was in my 20s and homeless, there was this other homeless person, but he claimed to originally be from Texas, and the way he made his millions or whatever was growing out trees and different plants to sell. That's where the money is at. I'm not really in it for the money. I'm in it to supplement my income. But it's taken me, nearly 15, 20 years to realize what the guy was talking about. I've started watching YouTube videos on how to propagate some of these plants and the right time to do it, how to do it. It's just a matter of time before I get my hands on the plants. I've got, house plants, outdoor plants, ornamentals, fruit bearing, like the blackberries are delicious. If anybody's got an Ocean State job lot near them, I know the one in Bangor has all kinds of seeds and bulbs and plants. I took pictures. There's 3 or 4 different types of hostas, 3 or 4 different types of berries, raspberries, blackberries, a bunch of different flowers. It's always God's timing. I'm not trying to force it. I'm not trying to, push as hard as I can. I don't have the income to push hard. So as soon as I start selling like some of my sedum, autumn joy sedum, some of the blackberry propagations that I'll be working on, I'd like to have a greenhouse on the property, something that I can extend my season. Obviously I'm not going to be able to do it this season, this spring, but hopefully by fall I'll have enough income coming in that I'll be able to buy a few things, get things going. I used the bathroom before I left the house, and I'm almost to the point where I'm going to use the bathroom again. Man, perks of getting older. I'm 41 now. It may also, having kidney stones 2 years ago, I think it was now, probably did some damage to my bladder and my ability to hold it. it's funny. The people that passed me this morning are going to get into town and just get bunged up in traffic. So that's why I budget my time. I started the stream early. I left the house early. I'm not rushed to get to work. Be able to get there and slow myself down from the drive and get a cup of coffee into me. And here comes another one. I got a feeling they're going to want to pass me. Maybe not. Sometimes I can see them accelerating at such a rate that I know they want to pass me. They're in a hurry. Oh. No, they're not in as much a rush as everybody else, but maybe the people were worried about, scrap metal falling out of the back of the truck or something, but I think we packed it well enough. All right. Nearly into town. Think I've lost anything back there. Mondays are trash days for Brewer North. Or maybe they've already gone through. But it seems like Mondays are trash days for North Brewer at least. What are you doing, people? Yeah, all the trash cans are empty along the main road, so it looks like they did that first, but only on one side, because across the road from me, the trash cans are empty. On my side of the road, the trash cans haven't been touched yet. What? Oh, because somebody's working there. I'm just gonna try to sneak right in here. Don't run over me. Oh, really? Well, good thing I've only got to use the bathroom. Guy's blocking the like somebody's burning something. It ain't me. They're gonna let me in? Probably not. That Jeep Compass is still waiting. Is he gonna let me out? Ah, we only made it 2 lights, and we're stuck at a red light. Awesome. I'm lighting myself on fire. I got caught by one school bus this morning. Oh, I think I feel a pimple growing on my face. Five is a pretty good number for likes. Again, there's a link to my Patreon page in the channel description. I put out devotionals and studies.